Coach, DeMarcus Riddick's been non-contact for a lot of the preseason. What can you say about his status and sort of the plan if he's limited?
Yeah, he's full. He's been full go the past couple of days. Okay. He's out there. He practiced well today. He's full go. Yeah.
I guess in general, through 2 weeks, what have you seen from the defense, and what do you want to see in these next 2 weeks going into Baylor?
Yeah, consistency. There's been a lot of really good things, right? And then there's days or periods where it's like, that's not what we're looking for. So just striving for that. And I think a lot of that is created obviously through reps. And then we're repping a lot of guys and a lot of different combinations of who's on the field. And so we're trying to look for consistency from individuals that will create the collective consistency.
Talk about that growth and that DBs with Jay Crawford and Dan Lee. What are those conversations like? Preparing for those one-on-ones against the receivers.
Yeah, I mean, it's good competition out there. I mean, those guys you mentioned are doing good, but there's a room full of guys that are competing. We got some young guys and transfers, and it's awesome. I love it. Like we have competitive reps at practice, really at all spots, which has been great. I mean, the best coaching tool is competition.
Is the depth at your linebacker spot, is it to your liking at this point?
Yes, I mean, I like where we're at. Like, again, those guys, we've been rolling who's in with whatever group, and they've been playing. They're competing, making each other better. And so, yeah, I like where we're at from an execution standpoint. I think the assignment, they've been sound. I like our speed at that position, and guys are tackling well.
Just the young guys, have you seen them kind of grow since the spring and at that linebacker?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's funny you ask that. Like, you don't even view those guys as freshmen anymore, and they're not playing like it. They got good snaps under their belt, and all the time we spend in, not just spring, but you got a whole winter, spring, and then all summer, we're able to get with these guys and help them, learning the defense and having them be confident in what they're doing, and it's showing on the field.
Dirk, y'all had, I think, 13 takeaways last year. That's different from what your defenses normally are like. Has that been something you've been really pushing for more?
Yeah, it is. It is. Like, I feel like for the most part you get what you emphasize, right? It's probably true in life, true in football. And I take it on. Maybe we didn't emphasize it enough. We're emphasizing it this year. Like we did emphasize it, I felt, but it wasn't enough. We didn't do a good enough job with it. That's such a major stat in football, right? That correlates. It's a team stat, but we have to do our part in taking the ball away because it correlates to wins and losses as close as anything. So it certainly is something that we've talked about and worked a bunch through this camp.
How valuable is it as a coordinator to have a guy like Rock that's been coaching for like 100 years?
You said that, not me.
Right, I got you. How valuable is that?
Yeah, extremely. I love it. To me, leaning on your staff and doing it collectively, this is our defense. It's not mine. It's ours. And ours, I mean by all the coaches, all the players. Like we all have ownership in it. And so when you have guys that have experience, that have caught it before, kind of been through some battles, have battle scars, it certainly helps.
Dirk, back to turnovers. Y'all had a pretty good pass rush. You think pass rush is going to create more turnovers? What components were maybe a little short last year that didn't help you guys create those turnovers?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like it's always a team thing. We were able to affect the quarterback at times. I think we have to do that more consistently. And then we got to do a good job of making plays on the ball down the field when those plays were there. I think it's really about a mindset of those guys understanding like we got to be on that ball. And every coverage is a little different of how you're playing, what you're expecting from the guys. But when we're playing vision coverage, we got to make more plays on the ball.
How's Keldrick been this camp?
Outstanding. Keldrick is great. I think you guys all seen, his ability and how he plays on the field, but his leadership's tremendous for us. I mean, he is our leader, and guys lean on him, and he leads by example. But he's a great teammate, and he's a guy that never sees himself bigger than the team, and I think guys really respond to him.
Is it accurate to say that the defense has had the upper hand when you go in those team periods and scrimmages, or not?
No, I don't know. I mean, we're just trying. We take it one play at a time, one period at a time, and obviously when you're going against each other, it's up, down, whatever. But I like our team. I like how they're competing.
How about that competition? It seems like when we've been out there, when the defense does something good, there's a lot of juice on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, and that's something we take pride in. I mean, we want to bring that energy for one another. I think you're showing your teammates how much you care, how much you're invested by the energy you bring.
Dirk, Jay Crawford, every time you go out there, he's making plays. What type of camp has he had so far?
Yeah, really good. I mean, Jay does such a good job of playing the ball. he doesn't panic when the ball's in the air. That's a major trait of a DB, right? You have a guy with all the movement skills and everything else, and they're there. If they don't make a play on the ball, then it doesn't really matter. And Jay does a great job of that. And he's been tremendous. He's had quite a few plays on the ball so far this camp.
How beneficial is year 2 in a system when you have guys that have been through it now that can help coach younger guys along the way too?
Yeah, it's big time. It's just everything's smoother, and you can start to get to the deeper levels of things, learning why we're calling something, why we're doing something more than just what. When you're in that first year, you're trying to make sure everyone knows what, so there's not screw ups. Now it's more like, yeah, we know what we're doing. All right, here's why we're doing it, so that they can think the next level. All right, the offense line up this way. This is why we got to execute it.
From it,
Linebacker, your position, who's pushing for the starting jobs, how's that sort of shaking up now with a couple weeks to go?
Yeah, we have great competition in that room, and we're rotating all those guys through. So, we'll scrimmage again this week and start to make some of those decisions as we get closer. But what I like is those guys are all competing for the spot, man. Like I really like where we're at as a group at the linebacker spot.
Right, Robert's been a guy that's kind of stuck through it, done those things, and he had a good spring. Has he carried that over to this fall?
Yeah, he has. Rob's been great, and he does such a good job of kind of being a leader on the field, communicating. And that helps the whole defense. When you have a Mike linebacker that is communicating loud and being concise with what he's saying and getting guys lined up, it just puts everyone else at ease. And Rob does a great job with that.
Is that tougher when you don't have a lot of veteran voices to find some guys that can be that guy?
Absolutely. I mean, that's a big part of the evaluation of linebacker, right? Because you got to be that guy that's communicating.
I got to ask about Elijah because he stands out when you watch y'all do some work together.
Yeah. I mean, I love him. He's got a tremendous future, man. He checks all the boxes of what you want in a linebacker. He can run. He's very physical. He's smart. He's a sure tackler. He does a lot of things really, really well.
And you got in that group taking a bigger step forward from the spring that you just sort of thing like that.
The biggest thing is that as a whole, that group is like, I feel really strong with where we're at, and they've done a good job of. They're competing, but they're not at each other. They're making each other better, lifting each other up. And I think that's so important for a team. And you're going to see them. We're going to play a lot of guys. I mean, we have a lot of guys to play.
from a defensive coordinator's perspective, what have you seen from Jackson, and what kind of challenges has he, presented to y'all as a defense in practice?
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love he's on our team. I really do. He can get the ball. He can make all the throws. He makes good decisions, gets the ball out fast, and, he can beat you both ways. He beat you with his arm or his legs.
When you look at Bryce, it's a guy that kind of came first on the scene last summer. You guys offer him, he commits, and he's had a really good camp from folks we talked to. What is it about his game that's kind of allowed him to come?
Yeah, man, Bryce is great. He's 100 miles an hour. He can really run. He's extremely physical. And he's just learning the position. The great part is, and he played 1 year linebacker in high school. So he's been all over the field, different positions. And so he's just learning position. But, man, when he goes, he shows up on film. He's at a different speed.
Can that be a positive sometimes when you don't have a whole lot of experience, that you don't have a lot of bad habits too when you come in?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I mean, I love it, because, the techniques and the things he's working, a lot of it's for the first time he's working it. And so his upside is tremendous.
Speaking of Xavier Atkins, too. I don't know one of you guys.
Yeah, X is, if anyone's been in practice, you've seen him. He shows up. He is flying around. He's playing confident. He's playing sure. He's playing with a purpose. I think that's the biggest thing I say about him is X has a strong why. He's playing with a purpose, and I think it's apparent to anyone, coaches or teammates all around him, that you can see that with how he plays.
And has Caleb come in Wheatland and done what you expected of him and fit in quickly? It seems late. Yeah,
Caleb's doing a good job. He's a veteran guy. He's played a lot of snaps in college football, which is always a good thing to have. He's done really well with his tackling. And that's been great for us, and he's getting more comfortable every day with learning the defense. And so, he's done a good job throughout the summer he was behind some of the other guys of learning it, but he's a smart guy, and he's picking up well.
You mentioned about X. That's a guy you recruited in high school, and so you've known for a long time. How valuable is that you know kind of the background of him, what he's capable of, and kind of seen him as he's grown? Yeah,
I think it's always an important thing. I think in his case, very important. With just knowing X and his family and background and all those things, and so we have a good relationship, and that's a lot of reason why he's here. And that, I value that at a high level, man. He's a great kid.
He's a downhill guy too, even though he's not a guy that maybe that big. Is that you're an aggressive guy? Does he fit really well what
yes,
you want to do?
Yes, X fits us, man. He is downhill. He's aggressive. He comes out swinging.
coming into this past class, you guys had a recent run of guys from St. Francis and Baltimore. What is the connection there? And it seems like you guys have kind of built a pipeline, far away.
I mean, I just think our programs are very similar. They're they work really hard. They play fast. They play violent. They play downhill. Like a lot of characteristics of what they do as a program is who we want to be. And so I think it's just a natural fit. They're guys. They come from that program. They take pride in me from there. They enjoy where they came from, how they were coached, the style of ball they played, and it's very similar here of how they're coached and the style they play.
You guys had to rebuild kind of that interior defensive line. What have you seen out of that group in camp as a whole?
Yeah, it's good. There's good competition. Those guys are fighting for spots and for playing time. They're making plays. Like they're doing a good job controlling line of scrimmage. And I think our depth is our strength up there, man, because, when you get big guys, we're going to have some play snaps and run to the ball and do all that. When you get tired up front, it's a problem. And I think we have enough guys rolling that should not happen.
Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.